this video, we're going to talk about two famous people that taught us something really important that, for me, changed the arc of my career. Dave can tell you what the effect was for him. But in 1995, I was at a convention and Wayne Bryan was speaking, father of Bob and Mike Bryan, the greatest doubles team ever. And he was sharing about how to make tennis fun. And he gave a laundry list of different things to do to make it really fun. And it was really important to me because my first coaching job, I wasn't very fun and I did not make it fun. And then I took a couple of those top things off of Wayne's list. I took my kids to go see professional tennis, and legendary stories were born from that experience. And the kids had a great time, and it created this amazing bond of having been through a really cool thing and done something really fun. And then because they're watching pro tennis, they're learning at the same time. So really an amazing thing. And I've tried to, really do that. Dick Gould's another one who said that he asks his players after a match, even in the Division I college level, did you have fun? So that's a really big deal to me because that's the number one reason why kids play sports. And it's the number one reason why kids quit sports, because it's not fun.
Right. Well, that's a great story, and it's certainly true about taking kids to pro matches and seeing the reality, because so many kids don't get to do that and see that tennis level. And wow, it's
right.
Incredible.
You can go to college.
Oh yeah.
Or,
any high level tennis is so valuable, no question. Well, mine is I would have to say I've studied him. I've met him. I've listened to him at conferences. This is Dr. Jim Loehr. We actually mentioned Dr. Loehr not too long ago. Jim put together a great video in the 80s called The 16-Second Cure. And he talks mainly about the in-between point time that players, the difference between, say, the low level or the high score of the young player and what the pros do. And it was very revealing and incredibly powerful. I still show that video to all my players, but the thing that it taught me was how much the non-playing time dictated how I would play my match or my students would play their match, and how much in terms of the overall picture it either contributed or was detrimental to their success, and how they reacted to points, how they showed that reaction, and how that carried through a match even into their next match and could have been their career. And once we decided, and once we started to recognize that, I've had players, in fact, I just got an email or a text message from a kid I've been working with who's #1 player of the school. He's never beaten some of these top players. He goes, "Coach, thank you so much for teaching me the mental game," because he was a whiner. He'd miss a shot in practice and he'd like, oh gosh. And I said, don't say a word. Don't say a word. All I want you to do is think about the next shot.
Yeah, tell us really quick, what are the 4 things that you do in the 16 seconds?
16-second formula, and I'm not going to get into the minutia of it, but it's huge. Yeah. Immediate response. What you do immediately following a shot, whether you hit a winner, hit an ace, double faulted, missed an easy shot, was the immediate moving the racket out of the dominant hand, moving the eyes to the strings, focusing on something outside, because let's face it, we can be distracted.
Yeah.
Number 2 was the letting the body recover quickly, the breathing rate, heart rate. 3 was the preliminary status of what am I going to do on the next point? What do I want to do? Only on, if I'm serving, what do I want to do on the serve? Or if I'm returning, what do I want to do on the return? Not focusing on what I want to do 5 shots into the rally. Your only concern is what I want to do with this shot. And the 4th one is what we call the rituals, where a player does, and we see this among pros because we can emulate what Roddick does, what Nadal does, what Djokovic, all these players do the same rituals, bouncing the ball, moving their hair back, whatever. And so those 4 things were hugely, because they were things we could practice. They weren't as arbitrary things. They were things that our kids could work on.
I like to adjust my pantalones.
What?
I like to adjust my pantalones.
Yeah, I'm going to pull my shorts down a little bit.
Yeah. All right. So thank you for that, Dave. No, I totally agree with you. That is a great one. Jim Loehr, you're going to see his name flash on the screen so you can find his stuff. All right. That's a wrap on this one. See ya.